Happy Sunday, legends. We've got 3 games to get through. Let's get through the bad part first before we get into the good stuff with all the people I met yesterday and obviously some good scoring as well. So let's have a little bit of an internal cry for the beginning of this game. And this is not a way to start off Super Saturday when you're at the Caxton, that's for sure. Jolliffe going down with a pec injury with 6 tackles and 8 metres. So he didn't even get the point on that one, sadly. But 6 points for him. Obviously not super highly owned, especially, thankfully for me, I got some good scores out of him. But super frustrating that he's a guy I really wanted over the entirety of the bye period. And he's gone down injured. So super sad about that one. And what can we do, hey? What can we do? It would have been a nice, good score for him because there was, a large amount of 50 plus scores in this game, and I think he would have been a part of that for sure with some good base stats there. So, secondly, let's get into the some of the fun stuff. How good is this photo? We've got a shout out to the boys from Christchurch. There's 9 of them, I believe. We have even more in this photo, and they wanted to get a photo with me and all get the fantasy app out and face that to the camera, which is pretty funny. So yeah, shout out to those boys. Pretty loose. Good fun, man. Loved it. This fella here in the middle was looking at his app rather than looking at the camera too. So, yeah, shout out to you boys. Sick jerseys on that front. And was a cracking day out there. Got to hang out for about 20 or 30 minutes. And a big shout out to everyone else that we met last night. So if it was, in pairs or by yourself that came up and settled over and were in the Caxton. It was, really cool to meet all you guys. So, there you go. That's that. Knights and the Titans. Armstrong, how good is he? 89 last night or yesterday afternoon. Helped my tips out, that's for sure. I've missed a couple this weekend, unfortunately, but glad to have gotten that one there with the Knights. And Armstrong was a big part of that with try saver, turnover tackle to add to that as well for his 89 points. And I think he's about 77 or so percent owned in the top 5,000. And then we look at some trade-ins this week. Was Armstrong on that list? Armstrong was not on that list, so yeah, he's probably gone up another maybe 20 or so in the top 1,000 there. And obviously not completely 100% owned by everyone, so that worked out pretty well. I did see there was one anonymous person out there that chucked Armstrong with the captain on him, so that worked out pretty cool for them on that one. So yeah, Armstrong, the GOAT, 89. Dylan Lucas, talk about absolute superstars of our game. He's got some talent, this boy. Try saver and a couple of turnover tackles as well to get him obviously an extra 13 points there, which is very helpful. But got the line break, an awesome try assist for Armstrong coming through the middle of the park there. 33 tackles, 9 tackle breaks there. So Lucas doing great things, along with David Fafita there with his 66 in the full 80 obviously there with that try assist, a couple of line break assists, offloads, big run meters too. That's the good thing this year. And last year as well, that he's just, each game you're getting that consistent pace. And we know that if he's taking lots of carries, he's going to be getting tackle breaks and going nuts. But it was actually probably a few less than you might have thought there with six tackle breaks, 3 offloads compared to some other games you could see from him. Speaking of a guy that's been doing really well in recent history, and that's Burford Moore. He continues to improve. Been very helpful for my Supercoach side there with 58 here in this one with 42 tackles, 180 run meters there. 1 tackle break, two missed tackles, so great little effort there to keep those negatives down. And doing really well for anyone who has jumped on him. Jacob Saifidi with a 58 with a try. It was really nice for him. Jaden Brailey, the big one there, 56. Almost got the full 80 in the end, but 72 minutes on that front. Did come off in that in that last 8 minutes, but 51 tackles in there, a couple of offloads with 34 run meters. Was a much improved game on that standpoint. And very interesting, isn't it? That 48-minute game, maybe he did just cop a knock or something like that he needed to come off for a bit and then just played out that last 10 or so minutes. And because since then he's gone, there has been the odd injury in games, but the injuries happened after that first sub. Because in that game he went off after 28 minutes. And the last 2 games, Crossan's come on for Elliott in the 30-odd, 33, 32-minute mark. So it was a random game, and thankfully, he's been really, really good since that game. And I suppose even in that 48 minutes, he still picked up a 33, which wasn't terrible. So very happy that, for me, with Jolliffe going down, we had Armstrong and we also had Brailey that were able to help out and have good scores in this game, which was lovely. We had Kelly there with 56 and getting involved in everything there. So, anyone who has jumped on him, it's worked out pretty well. Brodie Jones, I have to tip my hat to him. He's had a really good couple of weeks. He's working really hard. He's earned really big minutes too. So, one of those random ones that you probably didn't expect, but he's come out and done really well and got a pretty crucial try in the back end of that game there that helped them win. Gags with 52, again, a very stock standard performance from him. He continues to hold price and get keeper level scores in that centre position. And hopefully for me today, with Ewan Aitken coming into the squad, that he can continue to do good things there for, on a weekly basis there and kind of match Gags would be at least the play, given he's 40k more expensive, has a really good buy schedule similar to that of Gags, and he obviously has the dual position too. Adam Elliott, this is one of those picks, guys. Again, like on a week-to-week basis, he's so up and down. It was 26 the week before, and I was like, well, just hold. He's a really important mid for round 13 that a lot of us don't have. He's going to have up and down games. And this one here, he picked up a 52 with that try assist. Yes, the minutes are really down, but on a week-to-week basis, he has the ability to go really high on the PPM side and then to go really low. So it's a frustrating watch, but you just look at him from an average perspective. He's a 46.5. Some games he scores tries and goes nuts, and other games he goes really low. So one of those guys you do just have to hold, in my opinion. Camperera with a double and 4 line breaks. Good stuff there. They kind of terrorised the Knights in the back end of that first half. Kaipi's Paul, very, very glad that this ended up working out. With Frizzell only playing sort of 36 minutes there, came into this game in a little bit of doubt. Same with Dylan Lucas, apparently, and Gagai, but that didn't stop them. Frizzell was the one to get some less minutes, and I suppose last week was the give Kaipi's Paul a rest week, and then here came out and did good things. He still had some negatives. He had a negative 12 there, but 47 tackles in this one, which was massive for Kai, and a really good effort, and thankfully he was able to at least get big minutes in this one. So if he does go back to lower minutes in the next few weeks, well, in round 13, let's hope he doesn't. But if he does, then we're not going to lose too much cash, and we'll at least get a couple of weeks before we could move him on before like round 16 or something, if that was the case with Kai. And I'm just glad he got through safe, which means he'll be good to go for round 13. Aaron Clark and Verrills, 47-45. If anyone owns them, that worked out well. Leo Thompson looked like he had a pretty good game to me. He looked really strong in a bunch of those runs, especially in the second half. Judge Fafita with 40, Cogger 38, Frizzell 34 minutes in the end. Hastings with a push and shove for a sin bin with Aaron Shop. We had Keeney's 37, sort of length of the field runaway try. Greg Marzou, 8 tackle breaks, 250 metres. So that's good on that front, on the base stats. But still not getting the big scores out of him. Apart from last week with that try. Mo Fortawaker, 31 and 54 minutes. Just can't touch him this year. He's just not scoring anywhere near what you'd want. And Jolliffe, sad. Chris Randall, 22 in 80 minutes. So you want him back at 9 or 13 is where you want him for sure. But let's just, before we get into that Sharks game, just have a bit of a look at the yet another fantasy stat site. Players remaining, guys. If you're sitting there with if you've got 5 left, have a look and see if you're compared to your phone to your desktop or browser, and just see if any of your looping guys have actually been added yet. Sometimes they're not at this stage, but I think I'm at 5 left if my loop hasn't been added of Kaipi's Ball, but we'll see. So if you're 5 or 6, you're going to be making good ranks today. I've gone back a fair bit, really outside of Jolliffe and missing out on Garrick. I've had a solid enough week, so hopefully I can kind of stay steady there for sure. But the big trade-ins obviously were Kohler and Weeks. We had Britton Nickera with a lower score last night, which was annoying, which we'll see in this one. Atkinson got brought in as well as Drinkwater. And the other guys haven't played yet, so there you go. But 88 people in the top 1,000 got rid of Kaipi's Paul, which was a hurtful one there for sure. And Corey Waddell after his solid score there as well. But captains, I just wanted to mention them as well. So Nico Hynes ended up captain by 78%. Fafita was 7.5, Angus Crichton 5.5, and who else? Payne Haas has played, Drinky 0.5, and Kohler 0.5 as well. So not everyone captaining Hynes this week, so any big points that he was able to get was very, very helpful in that one. Alrighty, Let's go Sharky time. 38-30. I tipped the Roosters, sadly, regretfully. But yeah, really good game in this one. And Nico led the way with 70 points. A couple of try assists, two good stuff there. Still some errors, still the 4 missed tackles. But again, when you're accumulating across the board, you're doing great things, owning and captaining Nico Hynes, even against good teams. Because this year, the Sharks are a good team. And we faced trouble in previous years with Nico if they were to get beat by good teams. And at the moment, they're at least in the contest or winning these really tough games. They've only lost the one this year, which is super impressive. So yeah, Nico absolutely crushing there with a 70. You then got Dom Young and Watson with 60s. And for Dom there, another 2-try effort. Good run meters, good tackle breaks. Points across the board for him, which is great. Anyone who grabbed him last week is cheering with 150 points there. Running to the bank at a 70-odd average, which has been great for owners. Connor Watson. Well then, an 80-minute effort with Brandon Smith playing 30-odd minutes. So, yeah, Watson's the guy. I think he should be. He is playing incredible footy. 56 tackles there for 4 misses. Good running as well, 3 tackle breaks. So, solid across the board for his 61 points. And, yeah, anyone that's jumped on him is absolutely cheering at the moment. Just getting through so much work and doing good things there. Nat Butcher, 57 as well. So if you did jump on him, 70 minutes in this one. Thought there was a chance he might lose some type of minutes, and he did. 70 minutes though, for the most part for him, I think is going to be pretty good across the board. Like, in these games, he was able to get some attacking stats and not just get tackles. So yeah, that helped out. If anyone was looking at him, Cam McInnes with 52 out there. 63 minutes is massive. So if you can get anywhere near that each and every week, he'll be crushing it. Crichton with 49. This is a weird one for me. He ended up having 6 offloads, but yeah, 3 errors and 4 missed tackles and only 25 made. Kind of just hurt him a little bit. So no line breaks, no tries this week. 49 for those that did captain him. I did in the head-to-head team. I saw other people captained him as well. It's a bit of a frustrating one, but yeah, for him at least, he was getting so many offloads and that offset the missed tackles and the low tackle numbers there for him. You can see there a lot of the work was through the middle with and a little bit on the other side with Butcher getting 37. That's a bit low for him, to be fair, as well. Like, he's such a 50 tackle guy. But Watson, plenty of work through the middle there, 56 on his front. And no one else really stood out on the tackle numbers. Like Blake Brailey, 80 minutes through the middle, 36. There's just so many points in this game, which shows how much Connor Watson just works and works. Mikhail Aro, try saver, turnover tackle, along with the try assist, which off and offload, which was great. He was fairly slow throughout this game, but then exploded in that back half and got himself to a 47, so that was great. Tedesco with the 46, no try in this one, and still scored fairly well. So you'll take that, but as a non-owner, 46 is fine. As an owner, again, same situation. He scored the same as what Drinkwater did there. Teague Wilton and Hazelton both scoring tries for 46, a little bit low from Wilton, especially playing 75 minutes, but it is what it is. Raymond with a 2-try assist effort for 44. Palga with a 2-try 44 as well, and Sueli with a 43. Walker with 42. So, again, no try assists for him. 2 penalties, an inside 10, 1 missed tackle, 1 error, so a few of those negative stats. But, yeah, they score so many tries. Over the last, 3 weeks, they've scored way too many. And he hasn't got too many try assists, so a little bit frustrating there for owners, especially. Like, he's gone 30-odd, 52, 42 for a 42 average, which is not the worst. It's about where you're pretty close to where you've got him priced at. So it's fine without being too spectacular, that's for sure. Daniel Tupou with 42 with the try and a try assist, which is good. Victor Adley, last 2 weeks has gone a bit lower, and they're using, obviously, Watson in the 13 role a lot more. And yeah, he's the guy that's playing the massive minutes. So Bradley's obviously just coming slowly back from his injury, which I think's working out for the team well enough. Like, they didn't win this game, but I think, yeah, he doesn't need to play the 80 minutes. Neither does Watson, I suppose. So it looks like one of them will be on a week-to-week basis, and the other one will play 50-odd. Looks like it's Watson at the moment, which could change, though. Who knows? Katoa, 37. Terrell May, 36, with a couple of offloads. Line break assists as well. That right-to-left pass is so hectic. He's had a couple of them this year. Very, very impressive player, as always. Blake Brailey 35, Oregon 35 and 46. So this without the try assists and the tries, which is what I was worried about, that he'd be closer to a 40 guy, and his minutes dropped as well. So with those extra minutes, he would have been a 40. But yeah, not good. Obviously, yeah, just a less of a base stat game, this one. So keep that in mind when you're, going through these players and judging them on their score. Britton Nickera, low run meters. That's the tough one here. Again, well, this was probably the lowest of the year. I think he's been around the 70s very regularly. And in this one, was at a 52, which is gross, with 33 tackles for 2 misses, 1 tackle break there. But if you're running 52 meters, you're not going to be getting many tackle breaks and offloads and tries, right? So that needs to sort itself out, because that is not good. And as a non-owner, means you'll probably hang around this price for a little bit. Could potentially buy him in around 13, but yeah. I want to see probably a little bit lower scoring game, unless he's scoring tries, and we need those run meters up, because I suppose they've just got so many guys they can use as offensive weapons, or in their sets of 6, and the outside backs, and then go through these middles and Hazletons and Kafusis that are doing good work. So yeah, not using him as much. Lenu with 34, Talakai, another try there, 29 for him, very impressive. Hargraves, Atkinson, 27 in the 80 minutes, so you end up with 3 missed tackles and an error. Ran for 100 metres, which is good. Kicked for 155, so that's helpful as well, with 1 tackle break. So for him, a bit of a stock standard game when he's not the goal kicker and not the general play kicker. And less opportunities for try assists, for field goals and all the rest. So we should be losing Hynes to Origin. So you imagine Atkinson at least gets that role again in that week. Probably split with Trindle, it looks like. So yeah, he'll still be fine. He'll still make money for a good while with that 62 in his rolling average. But yeah, not super ideal going forward. But we know that he's about a 30 guy when Hynes is there. Then you've got Kennedy, Mulatalo, Brandon Smith, 26. So at least he got 26, Brandon, in 36 minutes. But not someone I think you want in your side now that he's playing these lesser minutes. And Connor Watson has kind of taken over both him and Victor Radley at this point of the season. Bunnies up against Cows to finish things off. This was a tough watch. Cowboys are trying to lose, aren't they? Not great. Anyway, stick with Latrell Mitchell. He was very, very impressive in this one here. 82, picked up a try saver as well. The goals, the try assists, 10 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, kick meters, 239 of them. Very, very big game for him. And yeah, people are like, oh, he got 2 tries, a try assist last week, and only got 50, but this is what he can do. He puts 70s and 80s on teams and does good work. And against a Cowboys team, this is always going to be a Latrell type of day. And it was. It was also a Cody Walker type of day, 65 for him with a try assist, a couple of line breaks as well. So yeah, good stuff from Cody, good stuff from Latrell, and then Damien Cook scored as well. So yeah, most of the guys did great work. 63 in 69 minutes for Damien, and did really well. So yeah, again, one of those guys to look at over the next few weeks. If he's not going to be in Origin, he should be doing good things. Dearden with a 2-try double, 30 tackles as well, so 57 for him. Jeremiah Nanai with 54, so still working hard, missing a lot of tackles, giving away penalties. It's a bit gross, again, across the board for the Cowboys at the moment, but yeah, a good fantasy score. Similar to that with Robson with his 51, did pick up a nice line break and big run meters in that one, so that kind of saved him from a 40, but he is getting a lot of these attacking stats at the moment. Jai Arrow with 50 in the 80 minutes there. I love how they put 81. Anyway, yeah, good. There were a few people looking at him. Sorry if I did steer you away, but with an injury, I just can't see him being worth picking up. He'll have this 50, he'll probably get 30 next week. He could cop a knock on that shoulder and be cooked for a while. So yeah, Arrow not playing 13, probably good chance in Origin. So yeah, Lukey with 50, mainly all in base. He had 3 offloads in this one as well. Really, really good work. 60 minutes for him. Again, expect 80 in round 13, so he's working up to that, which is good. And they need him. They need him out there. He's a very special player. So at 430 odd, 440, whatever it's going to be, after 450 after this 50, he's a very interesting edge. If it ends up that way that you do need an edge in round 13, then Lukey could definitely be that guy. But we obviously do have some injuries and things to think about with in a history with him. Vailea might be his best score of his career. Not sure there with 46, but well done on that front. I'm not sure what's going on here, but they've got Drinky at 43 on the fantasy app still, but 46 on the NRL app. So I very much hope that it does update to that, and usually kind of works itself around unless it changes on the NRL app or NRL.com when you look at it. So hopefully that's the case. But yeah, 43 if it is that way. 2 try assists, low run meters there, and he had 3 errors and 2 missed tackles, so we need to sort that out. 1 forced dropout in there to end the half. Pretty average. Like, to buy him for a 28 and a 43 or 46, not good enough. The Cows are pretty average, so that's the big worry here. He can't be playing Origin. He's definitely not playing anywhere near as good as Edwards or Teddy, so there's that. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, I was hoping for a lot more out of him in this game last night. McIntyre, 41, had a really good game. I enjoyed watching him play. In this one, you had Tallis Duncan with his 40 in 42 minutes, so big run meters, and obviously some decent minutes there, so that was a big uptick. Probably not someone to grab still at the moment, but there's that. Colin Matangi with 38, pretty gross. Griffin Neem, 37, he picked up a 9-pointer as well, turnover and a try saver, and the minutes were down. Still a good score, you're happy with that, but if you did buy him, we also have Davin Wiley to talk about as well, so it's a pretty... For the 2 cheapy mids, this is the worry, I suppose, with them. Like, you look at them and go, yeah, they could be a pretty good buy. They've done it for a bunch of weeks now. Looks like the role's there for him. And then it changes at drop of a hat. And it's just frustrating. So that's where picking guys that would like succinct, boring, you know what you're going to get out of them minutes-wise is so helpful. Like, that's where you like you're buying Bo Fermor. Yes, he might have started slow, but you've got 80 minutes out of him every week. It's so helpful. And a lot of these plays, you just can't get that. Havili's 32 in 44 minutes. So minutes were back up, but points are a bit down. So my head-to-head team has him. It's fine. He scored better than Ruben Cotter with 30 in 58 minutes. So bit of a shocker in the end on his front. No tackle breaks, no offloads, 51 metres run, negative 12 in there. After dominating the last few weeks, I'm very glad that Hynes ended up playing, because my vice-captain options this week were Ruben Cotter and Jolliffe, and then Crichton as well. I was a bit worried about Crichton with his foot, or whatever that problem was, but yeah, I'm glad Hynes played, because Cotter would end up being my vice-captain in this one. AJ, I was talking to my mate, I said AJ's going to go over untouched against the Cowboys. That was correct. Val Holmes with 29, gross. He's been very, very gross over the last... Sorry, guys. Over the last bunch of weeks, for sure. But yeah, not a good score there on that one. What about Pete Mamazellis playing 57 minutes with Cook staying on there? So they're trying to get both of them on the park. Whiten's 29. We're almost there, Jamie. All the loud talking over the last few days and the alcohol, hey? Does it to you. Whiten's 29. That was solid. That's about all you can say about his scores at the moment. Solid. Murray Talangi, a try assist in this one. Solid game for him. Again, got the win, so that was it. Finn, 26 and 28. That's fine. Fine enough as a hold. He won't lose too much cash. He had Townsend's 24. McLean, Thompson, Burgess, Jacob Gagai with a 20. So, yeah, not the worst in the world, but not great. He'll make some money. And then he had Tamalolo with 34 minutes, and then Davin Wiley with 10 in 13 minutes. So, absolutely gross how that one ended up. For anyone who bought him, super frustrating to only play those minutes and only get that score. And then Tom McHaley as well, almost forgot there, 19 in 24 minutes. So, yeah, back to that type of role as well. Again, all of these middle forwards, the cheapies, it changes week to week. Sometimes they just want to use them for a certain amount of minutes, a certain little impact role. These type of things, it changes all the time. So, super frustrating at that. We've got 3 games left today to round out round 11. I'm super excited for him, guys. Thank you for jumping in and listening to me with the croaky voice on this morning's video. And thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.